everyone. Welcome to the things I know this week. I said last week that I was going to talk about being present, and I it just makes me giggle because I think of 2020 and I just think I love all the memes that say "Go home, 2020, you're drunk," because this year, what the actual f? I mean, seriously, I think back to um, well, I mean, 2020 is hindsight, right? Like we all know that phrase. And it's funny because when I think of that now, I think back to January when I first heard about the coronavirus and I was driving Charlotte to school, something I haven't done since March 13th. And I heard them talking about it in China, and all I could think to myself was, shoot, I wanted to order those new glasses, and I knew they came from China, and China was closed down for a month. Never even dawned on me that we would be where we're at now. And so I think really the gift of coronavirus is learning how to be present. Every day I wake up and I listen to what do the scientists know today? What do they know? What's new? What do they think is the best way to do this? Um, the things they know now are different than the things they knew when Darren had it in April. It's really quite astounding. And so, if 2020 has taught us nothing, it has taught us to be present. Now, I love a good goal. In fact, one of my favorite things to do with my clients is to put them in that future space where they are actually envisioning what it feels like to have accomplished whatever goal they've put forward. We actually do, I have a sort of a series where I actually have them sort of close their eyes, step into this future self, and feel what it feels like to have accomplished whatever goal they've put for themselves. And what's nice about that is it you can really dial up what it feels like to have accomplished something. The thing is, when they come back to the present, they need to let go of the how to get to that goal, right? Because we can spend a lot of time spinning our wheels if we have this goal and we think this is the only way to get there. We lose the opportunity to see all the other ways that that goal can manifest itself. So I was thinking about this an hour or so ago, and then I got on a call with a client, and I always like to ask what they're celebrating. And she was actually celebrating the fact that 10 years ago, she made a life plan to wake up every morning looking at beautiful scenery, checking in with what she called her ladies. And 10 years ago, she thought that was checking in with her employees as she was traveling around the United States. What it's actually turned into is checking in with her health coaching clients. So she had this vision of waking up in beautiful locales, being sort of a digital nomad before that was even a thing we knew to call it. But she didn't get attached to they're my employees. She just knew that's where she wanted to be, and then she let go of the outcome or let go of the how to get there. We could get really, really bogged down in the hows of our goals. And so that's where coming back to being present is really, really important. So if you struggle with this, and it's real easy right now to struggle with being present, especially those of you who are parents and you're trying to figure out the best way to get to the best decisions to make around putting your kids back to school, getting your kids back to school. Do they hybrid? Do they school from home? Do they go to school? It can be really hard to stay present. And so my tip around that this week is when you feel yourself spiraling, when you feel yourself just thinking, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I can't, do I do this? Do I do that? Take a moment, get present. The best way to get present is stopping, quite frankly, being still and thinking about not 12 steps down the way, not A to Q, but A to B. What is your next best step? Um, if your brain's swirling, your next best step might be to brain dump. Get all those ideas, whatever the goal might be. Get all the possibilities down on paper. Get them out of your head and down on paper. And then maybe you let go of some of them. Maybe you organize them. Maybe you make a pros and cons list. Um, but I know that when things are in our head rolling around, it can get a little overwhelming. getting it down on paper, getting it out of your head and on paper feels a little more concrete. Your next best step might be go get a really nice glass of lemonade and go sit outside and enjoy the weather. Listen to the birds, breathe some air. Um, your next best step might be making a phone call that you've been putting off, but it only takes 5 minutes. And if you just got that off your to do list, you'd feel some momentum and feel like you've accomplished something. Whatever it is, getting really still and thinking again, not about 12 steps ahead, but the next best step can really, really help in getting present. And if all else fails, you can always listen to Oprah. I was, again, it's so funny to me. I come up with these ideas the day of the video, and I was listening to my meditation. I'm still a huge fan of Hope in Uncertain Times. I've been listening to that over and over again since it came out in March. Um, and this was one of the things she said today. I actually wrote it down because I thought it was so perfect. Oprah says, "We expand when we stay in the present without anticipating anything is possible." So we expand when we stay in the present without anticipating, and then anything is possible. You become what you believe, not what you wish for or want to become, but what you expect in your heart. So again, if you're constantly going down the spiral of, that's where you're going to stay. But if you get real present and let go of all expectations, let go of all hows, and just what's true for you at this moment, that's what you'll keep feeling. So we got 5 months of 2020 left. Lots of stuff coming down the pike. So if there's anything I invite you to do, it is to get present and still and be grateful for what you do have and not worry about what's to come. All right, that's the things I know for this week. I will see you next week. I hope you have a fantastic first full week of August. Thanks. Bye.